Sometimes it's about more than manifesting. You got to do the work. Welcome to the Keep It Uplifting podcast, where we discuss lifestyle, fitness, and motivation. I am your host, Uplifting, and I have with me man behind the camera.
What's good, folks? How we doing out there, man?
Man, life is crazy, bro.
Life come at you fast.
Yeah. But before we get into the podcast, I want to thank one of our listeners for reviewing the podcast on Apple. We are shouting out all Apple Podcast reviewers, so please leave your username. Paul to the Wall 777 gave us 5 stars.
5. There we go. Paul know how to do
it. He said, this podcast is great to listen to for car rides, walks outside, or on the treadmill. Positive perspectives on life's ups and downs. I re-listen to these podcasts just to stay elevated and pick up on the tools that have helped build me up.
Man, I appreciate that.
So, I want to apologize for anybody listening on a Saturday looking for the book series. We will return next Saturday with the laws of success, 7 spiritual laws of success. That will be the last episode on that. What I wanted to actually talk about was, should work be your passion? And I'm saying that because there was a article about from a owner. I don't know if it was the owner of Dunkin' Donuts or something like that, but he was talking about how people who are chefs and work at Dunkin' Donuts and the people behind, people who do retail, restaurant jobs and things of that nature aren't skilled workers, skilled employees.
Oh, she said the owner of Dunkin' Donuts said that?
I don't, let me not.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, a restaurant person says that the restaurant people aren't skilled employees.
I'll check this out, man. That's pretty harsh, right?
Yeah, that's kind of hard.
Right?
It's actually hard to believe too if he's ever been inside the restaurant.
Right.
And I said that to say because I've been in the restaurant business for quite some time now. And as far as a chef is a skilled worker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you use that title, chef, a chef is also a person that's well informed on the craft. Now, if you're talking about a cook, like a line cook, now that's someone that you teach the job to. You get on the job training for.
Mm-hmm.
But I still would say it's skilled because not anybody can just do this. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like what qualifies as a skilled employee is the number one thing. And then it's like being a line cook is very aggressive and very very demanding.
So it wasn't the owner, it was Eric Adams, the mayor of New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
says
that's what I said.
Dunkin',
someone that does not work in the restaurant.
He said Dunkin' Donuts is low-skill workers lacking academic skills. That was what he said.
Okay.
And
he was specifically talking about people that work at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, but I think of, low-skill workers like cooks, messengers, and Dunkin' Donuts employees don't have the academic skills to sit in a corner office.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's the complete sentence right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was his statement. And what I wanted to touch on was work is not everyone's passion. They're going there to just perform a job.
Right. And also you don't need the academia to work. You know what I mean?
The
mayor don't know how to cook.
I work in certain settings. I work in tech.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody in tech is not the most academic person that you'll ever meet. Right? They're doing it because it makes them money.
Yeah.
And if you can learn, cooking is a specialty. We're not even going to get to that. But if you can learn to make coffee or whatever it takes to work at Dunkin' Donuts or any of these other jobs that you were talking, like working on a line where someone teaches you. Same thing happens in tech. You just have a certain level of skill set to be on par with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you know how to boil water if you want to make coffee. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's more to it, but
Yeah.
when you get great coffee or you get anything that's specialized, there's a process to it that you have to learn how to make it this way.
Yeah.
And I don't think that you need to go to school or get a Dunkin' Donuts degree or you need to get a degree. He didn't get it. There's no mayor degree.
That's what I'm saying.
You, right?
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I was confused about the skilled term, you know. And then he also mentioned the academic term as well. And it's like certain people have different functions.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like let's use the restaurant because he's talking about the restaurant.
Right.
All right. Like people don't even understand in the restaurant you got front of the house employees and you got back of the house employees.
Right.
You even have front of the house managers and back of the house
Right.
manager. I'm sorry, I'm using back of the house means kitchen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then you have the lobby or restaurant area. Now, a cook don't have the skills to serve a table. And to serve a table, the server doesn't have the skill to cook on the line.
Yeah, but
and that's how the world operates.
But you can't teach someone personable skills, right? Like all servers don't get the same amount of tips.
No, not at all.
So
but
what
I just use that to let's compare it to the whole wide world, right?
Right.
Just because I do one job great and I can't perform another job doesn't mean I lack academic skills or that I'm not talented.
But that's what I'm saying. The people who are doing these jobs, I think he was very out of line because you aren't doing a job. So most of the time when you get jobs like Dunkin' Donuts or even some people who wait tables, that's their second job.
Yeah,
it's not their passion.
Exactly.
Right? Now, does that mean you should get poor service is kind of where I'm going with this.
Okay.
I don't think so. You should be passionate about being a professional
at all times.
And I think that's where the line should be drawn, and that's what he's missing.
Yeah.
Is the fact that if you have a job, you're a professional.
Right.
To me. Right?
No.
If you go and get gainfully employed, you get treated like a professional employee of wherever you work at.
Of course.
And some people don't have that professionalism because these jobs aren't their passion, which leads to people making uninformed statements like this, in my opinion.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that he made this statement because of maybe service or how he looks at the service that he gets when he goes there.
Right.
Right? Because he looks down on it because he doesn't see these people as professionals. Right. And sometimes when he's in certain environments, the people that are serving him
aren't acting professional. Right. And my retort is that it's because of the what they get to, the wage, and the manager accepts the unprofessional activity. Because honestly, it should be unacceptable.
Right.
Right. But because mayor, we not paying these people a living wage.
Right.
So it makes it hard to find people that have the correct attitude to work that position.
But character is not a part of passion. Standards for yourself is not a part of passion. Right?
I don't know. Character? I mean,
is that in the definition of passion?
No. Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
All right.
So it may be an additional job for you. It may be something that you're not inspired to do. Okay. Right? You're just there for the check.
Right. I'm just here.
Right.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Right.
Marshawn Lynch.
Right. But there's a level of mannerisms that you should have and a way you should carry yourself
at all times.
At all times that you should have for yourself.
Right.
And what I'm seeing, and I'm starting to see this a lot, is a lot of people are saying I don't get paid enough, or I don't get paid
enough
this.
to care.
Right. So why are you showing up?
Yeah, I agree with
Right.
exactly what you're saying.
And I'm getting into that because I'm passionate about, podcasting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm here. But I don't we don't half ass this at all. We do this to the best of our ability, right?
Of course.
Right. So anything that you do, anywhere that you go, you should carry yourself a certain way,
Exactly.
right?
And
It's a choice.
And that's why I said characters are part of passion, because I was a little confused by that, because it's like I always have passion because I have character. You know, like
Right.
I feel like they kind of go hand in hand for me. I mean, my job isn't my, it's a job. It's not a career, right?
Right.
I do that just to, what I mean. Podcasting is what I do,
Right.
right? I work this job to pay my bills, right? So, but when I go to the job, I mean, for lack of a better term, I bust my ass.
Right.
You feel me? Like I'm always working. I'm always moving. I'm always doing something. And I always try to be the best. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't care what I'm doing. If I work a job, I mean, I say that in interviews. This is usually why I get jobs. I'm like, look, I want to learn how to do everybody's job in the building, and I also want to be the best.
Yeah, but do you think there's a shift maybe going on that you don't need to be, because you can make money in so many ways, you don't need to have any level of standards for yourself and what you do?
Nah, bro.
No, I mean, I'm just saying it because, like, your body, right, is an expression of how you care about yourself.
Okay.
Your car is an expression of how you care about your car.
Yeah.
Right? Your house is an expression of how you care about your house, and so on and so on. So should you care about Dunkin' Donuts if you see somebody making $3,000 off of NFT projects, or you see people making fast money over here, or you can quit Dunkin' because somebody else is going to hire you at another place? Like,
right. You mean, should I care if I'm employed by Dunkin' Donuts?
should you care about the job? Should you care about how you're perceived at the job?
No, now that's different. Those are different sentences. No, I probably wouldn't care about the job. I don't care about my job now, but I do care about how I'm perceived at the job. When I come in here, when I'm in the building,
right,
and you deal with me, you're gonna get the best. That's of, like you said, we do it to the best of our ability. You're gonna get the best service when you come deal with me. If I'm working a window at Dunkin' Donuts, you're gonna get the best service. I've done all the fast food when I was in high school. I managed a Wendy's, and I had to deal with that. You know what I mean? People, I don't care about this job. I get $7.25 an hour.
Right.
I said, if you don't care, then you can't work on my shift. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when I'm in here, I represent this place.
Right.
And I also represent me. And everybody here that's working with me is going to do their job to the best of their ability.
I just feel like people don't understand that if you set a standard for yourself, that standard will carry you throughout your life.
It will.
In many facets of your life.
Amen.
It's not just what you do at this job that you're not passionate about, but what you do at this job that you're not passionate about is what you're going to do when you are passionate about a job or business or hobby or anything that really is a big interest to you.
Right. Because if you can't do it for $725, what makes you think you're going to do it for $725,000?
If you can't do something that's uncomfortable to grow yourself, right? Get comfortable with being uncomfortable in certain situations. You're not. I was at prime example. I was at Dick's today, right? Mm-hmm. Pause. And
the sporting goods
store. And I went in there, get some hoodies or something like that. Just something different, man. Tired of wearing the same old. Just want to feel new. I want to feel new, right? Yeah. And I'm talking to the guy, and I asked him, you guys don't really carry too much in the store, do you? He was like, no, well, and I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, that's a dumb question. You don't work at other stores, so why would I ask you what other stores have? And he was like, well, the demographics, blah, blah, blah. He gave me service.
The rundown, right. And he was knowledgeable about things.
And even like he thought about it. And that's what I'm talking about. Service. He was able to have a conversation with me
Yeah.
instead of being like, "All right, well, yeah, it's a dumb question, bro.
Yeah.
I only work here."
Right. Even though, and it could have been bullshit, but at the same time, he engaged with you
Right.
and recognized your
Yeah.
presence as a guest in the building.
And he still kept, he kept it within the business. He was like, "Well, you check Crofton or Annapolis out, man. They may have something that you're looking for.
Right.
If we don't have it here, do you want me to check for you?"
Right. That's part of service too.
Just service.
Like we can look at it online.
We can look it up real fast. What you want to do, partner?
Like they have right.
So, is that what he wants to do for the rest of his life? I'm not sure.
No. I'm quite sure it's not his career. If he wasn't the manager, I'm quite sure it's not his career.
Right. So I feel like things like that are what will shape your future. And that's really why I chose this topic, because you don't have to be your work doesn't have to be your passion. It could be what provides for you, but how you carry yourself about things that are uncomfortable, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It pains you to go to work.
Yeah.
But you need to pay these bills. These lights need to stay on.
But also, other than that, too, is that like we talking deep into passion and character all at the same time. Like, your job is just a job and it's just work for you.
Right.
But that job or work is somebody else's passion. The owner.
Right.
The manager.
Right.
You know what I mean? Someone's getting paid off of this, someone's getting a bonus. And that's basically who you're employed by.
Right.
Now, that's why the saying goes, you don't really quit your job, you quit your boss. Like, the way I look at it, when I go to a job that's not my career, I'm working for my supervisor.
Right.
If I mess with the supervisor, the job that I do is not only based off my character, but my respect for the supervisor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So this is another reason why you should be passionate when I call it putting on somebody else's colors, because I do the sports analogies all the time.
Yeah.
So like, you wearing your uniform, you're employed by this job, you're putting on their colors.
Right.
So you have to represent that organization, and you have to do it well, because you also in turn represent yourself.
You are representing yourself. Yeah. That's what I was waiting for. And when you look in the mirror, what do you see? What are you representing? Who are you? Right? That's the part that people are going to get from you when your character and your standards for yourself show. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're interacting with. These are the things that come outside of passion to me.
Right. Man,
you see what I'm saying?
Bro, you hit me today, bro. Can I share a quick story?
Yeah, definitely hit me.
Look, so a quick story about that. Represent yourself. You also represent yourself. You represent your family. I'll never forget, one day my grandmother was over my house. I was getting ready for work.
Yeah.
And it's funny we talking about this, because this is when I was a manager at Wendy's. I was a little late, so I'm like, dang, I couldn't iron my clothes, right? I did the little throw it in the dryer. Right. Throw it in the dryer while I'm in the shower, boom, boom, boom. Hurry up, got out the dryer, put my clothes on and go. My grandmother stopped me at the door like, ho, 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 ho. She's like, yo, you wrinkled.
Right. You don't look good.
Where you going? You going to work like that?
Right.
Right? And I'm like, yeah, man, throw it in the dryer. I got a couple wrinkles out. I'll brush it off. It's whatever.
Right.
She like, son, you're the manager. You know what I mean? Not only are you everybody's looking at you.
Right.
And you representing me when you leave out this house.
Right.
And you go out, and we didn't raise you like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you going out looking less than presentable, and that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
You know, like, even when I don't have my hair cut, my big cousin used to cut my hair, and he hated if I went without a haircut.
Right.
He be like, man, because you family, and we don't do that.
I hate going without a haircut.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right,
like, even if you not even caring about yourself,
exactly.
then you got family and other people that's looking like, look, man, this is not how we do.
Right.
You know, like, you got to represent something bigger.
You have to represent something bigger, and that's a huge thing, man. Because if you were careless with yourself, how are other people going to care for you? Passion, character, they all go hand in hand with standards.
Mm-hmm.
All of them go hand in hand, and that's all we got, man. Keep it uplifting. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Keep it uplifting.